power equipment mechanic in Ohio has serviced over 3,500 residential zero-turns across 12 years at an independent dealership. The spindle bearing failures he documents most frequently come from two brands. His personal zero-turn is not a John Deere. It is not a Husqvarna. Before the 5 brands get named, the reason John Deere and Husqvarna get skipped deserves a direct answer because both are genuinely American assembly operations. And that fact gets used to justify purchases the service record doesn't support. John Deere's S100 series is assembled in Greenville, Tennessee. That is accurate, and it deserves to be said. The hydrostatic transmission inside that machine is a Kanzaki Tuff Torq unit manufactured in Japan. The component mechanics identify as the first failure point on residential tier machines. The hood is molded plastic. In 2024, John Deere cut over 2,000 jobs at the Waterloo, Dubuque, and Moline facilities, the plants most buyers picture when they think of the brand. That same year, the company confirmed production expansion into Ramos, Mexico. Allamerican.org, the independent manufacturing tracker, categorizes John Deere as some made in USA, not all models. The machine on the Lowe's floor is not the machine the brand's history suggests it is. Husqvarna assembles its residential tier primarily in McDonough, Georgia, and Nashville, Arkansas. The parent company is Swedish, Husqvarna AB. The residential deck in the $2,500 to $3,500 range is stamped construction. The transaxle quality in that tier draws the same mechanic objection as comparable John Deere residential units. The service bay sees these machines within 3 seasons. Husqvarna is not a bad brand. It is a correctly priced brand for what it delivers. The problem is that buyers frequently pay $3,500 expecting a different service life than the machine was engineered to provide. 5 brands surface consistently when mechanics answer the question of what they actually run. Every one of them shares 3 characteristics before any individual spec is examined. First, fabricated steel deck construction. The deck components are cut separately and welded at the joints, not pressed from a single sheet, which changes how the deck absorbs sustained impact loading across 10 seasons. Second, commercial adjacent drivetrain specification. The transaxles and engine platforms come from the same component tiers that commercial landscaping crews source from, not from the residential catalog. Third, dealer or trade channel distribution. None of these machines are optimized around a big box floor display or a spring financing promotion. These 3 characteristics are the filter. Everything else follows from them. The first brand mechanics reference when the conversation shifts away from the retail floor is Gravely. Gravely's Pro Turn 200 and 260 series are built in Brillion, Wisconsin under Ariens Company ownership, a family-held manufacturer that has not relocated its production. The longevity data for these machines does not come from a spec sheet. It comes from accumulated owner testimony across mechanic forums and service community threads. Pro Turn units documented at 15 to 20 years of operation without major drivetrain failures by owners who bought once and did not return to the dealer for a replacement machine. That is a different category of evidence than a warranty document. A warranty describes what the manufacturer will cover. Forum testimony from owners at year 17 describes what the machine actually does. The Pro Turn 260 runs Hydro Gear ZT 3400 transaxles. The component mechanics identify as the indicator that a manufacturer did not cut cost in the drivetrain. Cast iron cylinder sleeve engines handle sustained heat and load cycles differently than aluminum sleeves, and the Pro Turn's engine spec reflects a priority that residential tier machines in the same price range do not consistently apply. The fabricated steel deck completes the construction argument. Pricing on the Pro Turn 200 and 260 series runs from approximately $4,500 to $7,500, depending on deck size and engine configuration. The Pro Turn 100 series occupies a different position in Gravely's lineup and carries a different service record. The 200 and 260 are the configuration's mechanics reference. That distinction matters before a purchase decision is made. The second brand addresses a failure mechanism most homeowners have never considered: It is not the deck, and it is not the engine. The Ferris series uses a patented independent suspension system. Coilover shocks and front suspension geometry mean the entire machine absorbs terrain impact before that force reaches the frame. A suspension seat does one specific thing. It absorbs vertical movement at the point where the operator contacts the machine. The seat protects the operator. It does nothing for the deck plate welds, the spindle housings, the hydraulic lines, or the transaxle mounts. The machine underneath a suspension seat takes every terrain impact directly. On the Ferris 600Z and i700Z, that force goes through the suspension system first. Every root strike that routes through the coilover geometry rather than into the frame directly is an impact that does not accumulate in the spindle housings. Every wheel drop into a shallow depression that the suspension absorbs is a shock that does not travel through the deck plate welds. Mechanics who have diagnosed hydraulic line failures and frame weld fatigue on standard zero turns understand why the IS suspension changes the failure timeline. The cumulative stress load on every component is lower, which means those components operate within their designed parameters across more seasons than unsprung machines in the same use conditions. The IS600Z runs a 10-gauge fabricated steel deck, Hydro Gear ZT3200 transaxles, and Kawasaki FX engine options. The IS700Z adds the ICD cutting system. Mechanics who have run both recommend the 700Z for performance in heavy grass. The machine weighs over 1,000 pounds, a figure mechanics read as confirmation of material investment, not as inconvenience. Pricing runs from approximately $5,700 to $8,000 depending on configuration and deck size. The IS series is the conversation, not the entry Ferris configurations, which occupy a different tier and carry different drivetrain specifications. The third brand's primary differentiator is not construction. It is time. Exmark's Radius E and S series are built in Beatrice, Nebraska. Toro acquired Exmark in 2997. The manufacturing stayed in Nebraska, a commitment confirmed by a major facility investment in 2019. The Radius is the homeowner accessible tier. The Laser Z is the full commercial platform. Both are Nebraska built. This is the Radius, the configuration a homeowner with 2 to 4 acres can actually justify without crossing into professional landscaping crew territory on price. The Ultracut deck uses a tri-blade airflow design that maintains blade tip speed in thick, wet grass, where competitor decks compress clippings against the deck surface and leave uncut material behind. The operational consequence is direct. A homeowner mowing 2 to 4 acres who eliminates 1 double cutting pass per month recovers approximately 6 to 8 hours across a mowing season. The Ultracut argument is not about the appearance of the cut. It is about the hours a homeowner does not spend on a second pass across the same ground. Engine options on the Radius include Kawasaki and Kohler configurations. Transaxles run Tuff Torq or Hydro Gear platforms depending on the specific configuration. Pricing runs from approximately $4,200 to $6,500. The Laser Z commercial tier starts above that range and serves a different buyer profile. The Radius is where a homeowner's specification needs and the commercial component philosophy intersect at an accessible price point. The fourth brand has a visibility problem that has nothing to do with its construction. Bad Boy Mowers sits on the same tractor supply floor as Husqvarna. In some locations, it sits beside John Deere. It carries more welded steel for the money than either brand flanking it on that floor. Most buyers walk past it because nothing about the name signals serious equipment. The service record does not agree with the name on the side. Bad Boy has built 0 turns in Batesville, Arkansas on the same campus since 2002. The MZ Magnum and Rebel series, the residential lines worth examining, run full-length welded steel frames and heavy-gauge fabricated decks. Engine options include Kawasaki and Kohler. Some components are globally sourced, the same as virtually every other brand covered in this video, and most of the brands buyers consider as alternatives. The Arkansas's manufacturing commitment is documented and intact. as of 2026. The argument for Bad Boy is not that it is secretly superior to more expensive machines. The argument is that a buyer standing in front of a $3,500 Husqvarna and a $3,800 Bad Boy MZ Magnum on the same store floor is looking at two machines that do not have equivalent construction specifications. The one that does not signal quality in its name is the one that delivers it in its frame. Pricing on the MZ Magnum and Rebel series runs from approximately $3,500 to $5,500. The commercial outlaw tier is a separate conversation for a separate buyer profile. The fifth brand requires one disclaimer before the specification gets examined, because one machine wearing the brand's name appears at Lowe's, and it is not this machine. The Hustler Raptor series at Lowe's is a different product entirely from the Raptor XD and Super Z HD available through Hustler's dealer channel. The Lowe's Raptor carries different frame and deck specifications from the dealer channel machines. If a buyer has seen a Hustler at a big box retailer and drawn a conclusion about the brand, from that machine, that conclusion does not transfer to the machines this video covers. The Raptor XD and Super Z HD are dealer only. Hustler Turf was founded in 1964 in Heston, Kansas. The Super Z HD carries the fastest certified ground speed of any zero-turn in production, 15 miles per hour. For a homeowner with 3 to 5 acres, the difference between a 10 miles per hour machine and a 15 miles per hour machine is not a feature on a spec sheet. At 10 miles per hour, 5 acres takes a specific number of passes at a specific duration. At 15 miles per hour, the same 5 acres takes measurably fewer hours across a mowing season. The time difference compounds across a full year. Ground speed at the residential scale is an operating cost variable. It determines how many hours per season a homeowner allocates to the task. The Raptor XD is the dealer channel entry point for homeowners who want Hustler's construction philosophy without the Super Z HD's commercial price. It runs an 11-gauge fabricated deck Kawasaki engine and is priced from approximately $3,800 to $5,200. The Super Z HD runs dual hydro gear ZT5400 transaxles and is priced from $11,000 to $16,000, depending on configuration. The commercial flagship for buyers whose acreage and operating hours justify the investment. 5 brands, 3 shared characteristics, 1 consistent pattern across the dealer relationships behind all of them. Gravely, for the buyer whose primary filter is documented longevity, machines still running at year 17 in owner forums carry a different kind of proof than a warranty document. Ferris for the buyer with terrain variation. The IS suspension changes the failure timeline on every component the machine contains by reducing cumulative stress load across seasons. X-Mark for the buyer whose primary frustration is mowing time. The UltraCut deck recovers hours per season that a double cutting pass on a competitor machine costs. Bad Boy for the buyer who wants fabricated construction at a price point that sits beside the brand's Mechanics Skip. The name is the only thing that doesn't signal what the machine delivers. Hustler for the buyer with significant acreage who has never calculated what a 5 miles per hour certified speed advantage means across a full mowing calendar. The dealer who stocks Gravely and Ferris has watched the machines he sells come back through the service bay and the ones that don't. That information is not on a spec sheet. In 2022, a homeowner in Columbus, Ohio paid $3,200 for a John Deere S300 Series zero-turn. In year 2, the Tuff Torq transaxle began slipping under load. The repair estimate was $800. The homeowner sold the machine at a loss and replaced it with a comparable retail unit. The mechanic who serviced that machine runs a Gravely ProTurn 260 he purchased in 2014. In 2024, it has not required a drivetrain repair. The research behind this video is the same method applied to every topic on this channel. Locate the service record, find the owner testimony, identify the specification that separates the machines mechanics buy from the machines they repair. Subscribing is how that research continues. That is the only ask.